Hi, Kerry here with a really quick video on how to use and modify SVG chart templates from my website and others. They've become really quite popular, and so I thought now is a really good time to provide some of those tips. So one of the first tips I wanted to have and point out is that there's quite a lot of different chart templates to choose from. One of the things that we need to be mindful of is choosing the right chart template for your data. So for example, these area fill spark lines, area goes right down to the lowest value. So if you have negative values, these won't be appropriate for your data. So if you did have negative values in your data, I'd suggest using a line, spark line, or a area fill to an intercept and having that intercept set at 0. The second tip I wanted to provide is how to change the colors of your spark lines. I do recommend doing this to make sure that the colors fit within your Power BI color scheme, but also to make sure that the contrast is appropriate for your end users. Different users have different contrast needs. So on this page here, we can see that we've got a simple SVG within these SVG tags, and we've got a circle element here with various size and a stroke color of green and a fill color of yellow. So these green and yellow colors are valid CSS color names, which we can see here. And so if we want to change one of those color names, we can pick, say, aqua, for example, and we can fill with a aqua color. Or we can use a hex color code to fill. And so we might choose this gross green and choose that hex value to fill our SVG with. So coming back to our Power BI report, we can take a look at our corporate color theme or our Power BI color theme and pick one of these hex codes. And coming into the SVG measure, we can see that we've got a number of variables at the top here, and then we've got our SVG text down the bottom. And in one of our variables, we have our top line color as blue and our bottom line color as magenta. So what we can do is we can change that blue to our hex code, and we can change the bottom line color to another CSS color or another hex code. In this case, I'm going to go with green. And this will change the colors of our SVGs. When it comes to the gradients, these look a little different. And so if we go into the SVG measure, we can see that the linear gradient is held within a definition. And so here's the linear gradient with a stock color here of navy and a second stock color here of cyan. So we can change these to valid CSS colors, or we can use our hex codes. So I might change that first one to, say, a valid CSS color of green, and then the second one as our hex code we've got here. And that will change the colors of our SVGs. So first two tips, and see you later, and happy fizzing.